Ant had 44 points, but watch the first two reads on the first two shots he hits to build his rhythm, right? You see him point to Rudy to get to that middle of the floor. And now notice what he ends up doing, right? Peyton Watson decides to go where? Underneath that screen by Rudy Gobert, right? You see Peyton Watson go underneath. So now Anthony Edwards knows he has to flare out to get out into space so that he's going to be able to get his shot, because Watson has to navigate around Rudy, around the screener, so that he can even get back to Ant. So now he uses that as a closeout, pump fake, reload, knocks it down. Now watch this next shot, right? Watch this next one. Same concept, right? When a defender decides to play with that gap or just go underneath, right? Watson here, probably anticipating a switch right here of Tim Hardaway Jr. So Watson probably dropped back to get under and switch to Randall, but there's no switch that ends up happening, right? So now Anthony Edwards gets it, second shot of the game, knocks it down, right? Both plays coming off the spot up. Notice how he got 6 easy points coming off the spot up. And mind you, Jamal Murray, he also had 35. And watch this read that he makes early to start the game to build his rhythm. Jaden McDaniels on him, right? Watch, boom, he goes underneath that screen. Underneath that screen, now he flares out into space to get the catch and shoot shot and knocks it down. If you're a guard, you need to know that read. If you don't know that read, it's going to make basketball so tough for you. Extremely tough, right? And so now after you've made that shot, after you've built your rhythm off the easy shots, these are the type of things you can begin to do, right? Anthony Edwards comes off this, boom, step back, pump fake. Now he's able to draw a foul. The defense is now going to overcommit after you now begin to build your rhythm off of hitting the easy shots from the easy reads. So you need to prepare for the easy before you decide to go out and play in layers. Another thing a lot of y'all struggle with is patience, right? Anthony Edwards, he gets that steal. He's in transition on a fast break. A lot of y'all will be like, oh, damn, I got to get down quick, try to give me a layup. But Ant gets it and stops right here at the wing. Why did he stop? Y'all just got to begin to understand what he's seeing instead of just trying to do the things he does. Because when you understand what he sees, it's going to make sense when you see the things that he does, right? So for example, on this play, right, when he gets in transition, watch his head. His eyes are up. His eyes are up seeing numbers. He understands that he has Jamal Murray right here, Bruce Brown right here, and he doesn't have a teammate in sight, right? And so understanding that, he's going to come down even at this moment, right? If you count numbers, it's honestly a 3 versus this 1. So what is he going to do? Allow his teammates to get into the play so that the defense could also commit to them, and he knows the outlets that he has. So he's going to get here, slow down, let his teammates get into space, let the floor get set, right? Let the defense even get set, right? And before even trying to throw this pass down here to Rudy, he's going to continuously stay patient and see what is Bruce Brown doing, because his activity, right? Boom, he floods, he comes over. And now having 2 on him, he's not going to say, okay, I have space over here in the corner, I'm going to shoot the shot. He's going to get the ball to a teammate, right? And so now even notice here, you got Mike Conley opening the corner because Jamal Murray had to come over. Now Watson had to come over. So he's just going to make the right play to his teammate, skip that over to Conley to McDaniels, McDaniels drive, kick to Reed. Now Reed is able to go and knock that down, all starting by his patience, right? Let's continue to watch. Patience, that's something y'all got to begin to catch. And on this play, I want you to really notice how Anthony Edwards is not going to read the man in front of him, how he's going to read the help, and how that's going to determine the decision that he makes, right? Comes off the screen here, sees Jokic, doesn't have a play, he can't get that pass off, gives it to DiVincenzo, gets it right back. But watch what he does now. Puts the ball down on the ground, but he stops. Why did he stop? Because if it was all about the person in front of him, he has the angle on Watson. He has the angle on Watson. He would have just drove here and then went and attacked the lane. But it's not about Watson, right? Understand, what it's about is the help defender right here in Bruce Brown. Since DiVincenzo's still in this high corner, guess what he's able to do? Bruce Brown could play 2 in that one spot, so Anthony Edwards stops. And now he allows DiVincenzo to get down to that corner, get spaced. And this is where he's now going to decide to make his go move, right? And now look at the rest of the floor. Pay attention to this. You have Bruce Brown stacked up here in this corner, strong side, but you also have Jamal Murray over here, who's not even playing help on Anthony Edwards from the wing. So when Anthony Edwards makes his move, boom, twitch, jumps out, he has a whole gap to the middle. He has this whole gap to the middle. So now, boom, right here, little marginal arm extension, is able to get that fade, gets the 2, right? Patience. Just stay patient anytime you attack off the dribble. Now again with patience, watch Anthony Edwards right here with Watson, right? Off this catch. Understand, he has to read the floor and see where everybody is before he decides to go and make his move, right? Which is why even upon this catch, right, he's gonna get here, boom, little shimmy, right, just to keep him active, pump fake right there. Even at this moment, he has to see how the defense is stacked up. And now notice how the defense is stacked up. You got Jokic, right, who's at the free throw line, 1 and 2. Not a rim protector. And then you also have on the weak side, Strother, who should be over here playing help in 2-9ing, who's not playing help in 2-9ing. So what does this tell Anthony Edwards going against Peyton Watson, right? I could be able to get to the rim, and when I get to the rim, nobody's going to be able to stop me, right? So boom, shimmy right there, fake that right there on that baseline, up and under for that lay, because nobody is there to stop him, right? Notice how the decision that he made against the person that's in front of him was based upon the defense that was behind him, right? The decision that he made was based upon the help defense, not the person in front, right? So now understand this as well. Same concept, reading the help. If y'all catch this, your scoring average will triple, right? Pay attention. He gets this to the left side. He gets a screen and gets a switch, right? Gets a switch right here. I believe that's Jones, number 21 right there, right? Look at the spacing of the floor. His teammate, look at all his teammates in relation to Ant spacing. Randall to his right side. Gobert, right side. McDaniels, right side. DiVincenzo, right side. Right? And so guess what? Is there anybody in this left corner? No. So what does that mean when there's nobody in that corner? That means there's space, right? And since there's space, what should you do when you have space? Attack it. That's simple. So Ant changes pace, boom, attacks hard to that baseline, seeks that contact, and is able to get fouled. The key when you have that spacing is not trying to use all the space to drive around somebody, but is doing what Anthony Edwards did right here, and what you're going to see all great scorers do in these situations, which is be able to use your pace, right? And then get into a hard, aggressive drive, and not just drive, but also seek contact, right? With that shoulder, seek contact on that drive with your defender as you're making that drive, because it's going to put you in a position where you're either going to get fouled like Ant did, or if you don't get fouled, you're going to get your angle and get a layup. Or if you don't get a layup, help could come over, you kick out to the team, they get an open shot. It's going to happen, right? And now notice the same thing over here, third quarter. Y'all got to catch this, right? Comes down this right side, and remember what I said before, notice the spacing, right? All his teammates, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all to his left side, right? And guess what? There's nobody on the baseline in this corner. So what decision is Ant gonna do? He's gonna attack hard to that baseline, right? Because that's where there's space. And now doing that here, he gets cut off. But guess what happens, right? He's able to make a play to a teammate. And after making that play, guess what? Julius Randle's able to get there and able to get to his spot. And now he's able to get to the free throw line. He pulled the defense in, and now he made the play. So sometimes he may score off of it, but sometimes you may have to make a play off of it. Either or, the goal is still achieved of y'all trying to score. So make sure y'all begin to take heed and learn the game, think the game prior to playing it, and then really study so that you can actually get results when you play. And you don't need to think it at all. So discipline or regret, you choose.